You know, just like so many people, I've been scouring Netflix looking for stuff to watch, and I came across this movie called What Keeps You Alive. I didn't really care about it all that much until I saw the little trailer thing that you can't help seeing when you have your mouse over something, and then the sound starts playing. And of course, I got roped in. Yeah, Netflix, if you're watching this, your little tactic works, albeit how annoying it is. The trailer gave so much away, because, like, when you actually start watching the movie, you're like, really, bro, why would you show that in the beginning? So now the whole time, I know exactly what's going to happen, but I wanted to see how the story of that character would end. It really made me mad, because I'm like, dude, the trailer, like, really? You gave it away. Like, why would you do that? But then they cut it off, the way they do the Netflix trailers, so you're like, what happens? And like, damn it! So I decided to give it a go. The story starts out with two girls who are married, and they decide to have a little getaway vacation at one of their, I guess, cottage, some old house where the one with the long hair grew up. This girl is called Jules, and her significant other is called Jackie. What could possibly go wrong? Jules is like, okay, I could totally live here. I see. She's so in love with Jackie. So she's like, this place is great, man. And she calls out for Jackie, asking her a question about some markings in the wall. And Jackie is nowhere to be found. And she's like, what the hell? So she goes out to find Jackie. Keep in mind that these guys are married, so I don't remember how long they've been married, but there's no reason to feel any creepiness here, right? There is some history there. There are several red flags that start to pop up as soon as Jackie comes back home. And poor Jules is like, okay, wait, who am I married to? Because this girl, apparently, Jackie's not even her real name, and there's a childhood friend that just mysteriously went missing, and she never mentioned it. Like, that's a huge red flag. Guys and girls, or whomever, you are dating someone, and you guys have been dating for a while, and they want you to be totally honest with them, and then you find out some deep shit, and they're like, it's just not me anymore. Like, I don't know, there's something, you need to put it out on the table, like, look, I get that you had a life before this, but if you have a freaking STD, that's something I should know. If you kill someone and you're running away from the law, that's something I should know. I don't want any surprises. So Jules has every right to be mad at her, and I'm gonna make a point with this video, I promise you.
I used to be really good, you know? Like I was the only girl on my team.
Jules is very forgiving, she loves Jackie, and she's like, you know what? Fine, we can get past this. So she goes to a cliff. You know where this is going. Mind you, these guys are so in love, although Jules dotes a little bit more. Obviously, she's the more masculine energy, so she chases more. She's very protective, very loving, very doting.
Jackie, this view is just...
What in the actual ass?
Things tighten up really quickly. Jackie finds out that Jules is in fact still alive, and now she's like, you know what? It's time to hunt my prey. And this time you're just like, okay, what in the tits? Her father was a hunter and taught her how to defend herself, taught her how to have her own food and get her own food, and this twisted girl just took it to a whole different level. The rest of the movie is Jules trying to survive her psychotic frickin' wife. You know, when you get pushed off a cliff, shit gets real. I'm rooting for Jules a lot of the time because she gets back to the house, she tries to outsmart her wife, and she's actually getting it together, you guys. But oh no, she takes to a boat to go across the way so that she can talk to the neighbor. The one that put Jules onto it that there was something wrong with her wife in the first place. You see, the gal that lives across the lake, or this is a really huge lake, but the gal that lives across the lake was actually childhood friends with Jackie. That's not her real name, she changed her name. And she knows about the secret, and she found it kind of weird that Jackie didn't tell Jules. Remember, Jules is the short-haired one. What I find weird is that she didn't want to kill Jules. Like, you see her, and you're going after her with your rifle and whatnot, but you don't intend to actually use it, so... And we find out exactly why and what she has planned. Nice. One thing I gotta say real quick is that the villain of the story is a really good actress. Like, she does the villain so well. So the reason why she doesn't just kill Jules is because it would make things a little bit more difficult for her. You see, she has a reason why she wants it to look like an accident that Jules fell off the cliff. Now, we think everything is okay because Daniel, the husband of Jackie's old friend. Okay, the lady across the lake, this is her husband. She actually likes Jules, the short-haired girl. He comes out and sees both the girls in the boat. He can't see the blood because he's too far away, and he's like, "What's up, homies?" And the girls are like, "Oh, nothing." Actually, Jules wants to tell him what's really going on. They were supposed to have dinner tomorrow night. Jackie, the evil girl, I don't know why they made her ginger. What is it with people making evil people ginger? Anyways, Jackie, the evil one's like, "You know what? Come to think of it, that won't work out. You know, we're going to have to cancel because tomorrow's not good." And then Jules cries out, "Tonight. Tonight's a good time." And Daniel's like, "All right, that actually works better. We'll see you tonight then." That look that she gives her, though. She cleans up poor Jules. Like, this is some next level misery thing, like that movie where the woman was obsessed, but this is for a different reason. Now she has to clean up Jules to make it look like nothing ever happened. She's gonna need some serious makeup skills there. The rest of the movie is quite tense because we're hoping that Jules will say something, but Jackie threatened that if she did, well, she would kill the two neighbors. The thing is, this girl who grew up with Jackie, her real name was Megan, by the way, always felt that something was off. And of course, in this situation, if your crazy psychotic wife is outside talking to someone else, you're gonna take the opportunity to say something. And of course, this girl, I think her name is Sarah. I know, I watched the movie, the names weren't really that important, but she realizes that her worst fears about Jackie were always true, that this psychotic bitch is really psychotic. Now, I'm not going to tell you all of what happens, but it doesn't look very good for the neighbors. I can just tell you that their goose is practically cooked. Some real psycho shit starts happening, and Jules is captured. Her moments of breathing are numbered because Jackie has to make it look like an accident. There's nothing wrong with this, and the movie's actually pretty good up until this point. What really starts getting me upset is near the end of the movie. You see, Jules is able to outsmart her partner, and she takes the partner's Jeep and is crying and leaves the scene. Granted, she couldn't kill the girl because Jules is not a killer. Seriously, my brethren, the movie should have ended right here. But you know, it doesn't. Because I'm wondering, okay, she's going to go to the cops, they're going to go back and find her, and then they're going to realize that, wow, something's really messed up, the girl's not there anymore, and this girl's going to run around the country trying to avoid Jackie. But no. No. Having been thrown off a cliff from before and just threatened and tortured by this psycho, she finally gets a Jeep. She can go anywhere she wants in the country. She can go to the cops. You know what this girl does? Nope, she doesn't go to the nearest phone booth or wherever. You take a good guess. I'll give you a second. She stops the Jeep. And she turns back around. Yeah. She's like, you know what? I remember when Jackie said she was the eagle and I was the crow. But I guess somewhere in her weird mind, she's like, I should be the eagle. Let me go back and finish the job.
Really, bitch? Really?
But that's not even it. That's not even the biggest offense of the writing of the movie. It's what happens when she finally does go back. She had put a tranquilizer dart in Jackie, this lumbering beast that wants to kill her, that tried to kill her already. When she goes back, Jackie's no longer there. I don't know why in these movies, with these people who are freaking crazy, apparently medicine doesn't really work that well with them, and where you'd be under for like 30 minutes under a tranq dart, it's only a matter of 2 minutes before the person gets up. So she's like, oh shit. Jackie's still alive. But instead of going to the Jeep and be like, you know what, screw this, since she's internally bleeding, since she's injured, and definitely at a disadvantage, she goes to the house still to find Jackie. I don't know. She's like, where's Jackie? I'm gonna find her. What do you expect to do? This girl is a hunter. I mean, that was made very, very clear early on. Her father taught her how to take care of herself. She can handle weapons. She tried to kill you. Like, I don't even understand the logic that this person has. But okay, you got your little knife, and you're gonna go inside a house, and you don't know if Jackie's actually there, where there are guns, but whatever. She traipses inside the house looking for her partner. Then she's like, I'm gonna take that gun. By the way, Jackie's a much better shot. This girl is just okay. Don't you worry, Jackie is close by.
Jules! Lift your hands into the air really fucking slowly.
Of course, So she complies. This girl tried to kill her. Instead of shooting her in the leg, instead of maiming her, instead of knocking her out, or I don't know, killing her, but you know, I don't think the castle doctor will work very well here because you literally have someone turned, their back is turned to you. You came back. You could have driven away and gone to the cops, but you came back and now you're gonna hold this person up gunpoint. Come on, dude. I'm like, okay, fine. Now she's got the advantage. She's gonna blast this girl to smithereens. But no, she's gotta do the speech. She's gotta do the speech, dude.
Pretty brave, Jules. Stupid. But brave. Move to the middle of the room.
Why? What are you doing? Like, dude, this movie's so dumb. Like, it started off good, and then it was just like, the writer just, fuck it. It just makes no sense what she's doing right now. And I was rooting for Jules at first, but seeing how goddamn stupid she is, I'm like, you know what? You deserve to die. Because at this point, you literally just threw your life away.
I'm not fucking around, Jackie!
But you are, though. You literally are. Then she's like, get on your knees, hands on your head. Like, what are you freaking doing right now? Goddamn, this movie's so freaking dumb. But it gets worse, because Jackie, being the hunter that she is, and just being a very intelligent person compared to this nitwit, is like, you know, that gun is an antique. It hasn't been fired in over 50 years. It could blast you in your face. And then Jules is like, what are you talking about? You're lying. I'm like, at this point, Jackie, just kill this girl. Put her out of her damn misery, because clearly her brain is inoperable. She wants to sit and talk to Jackie, I guess for closure or whatever. Like, you couldn't do that if she was in jail. You can do that, you know. You can have a barrier between you and the person's in prison so you can speak to them. Either you're going to do that, or you shoot the person. What is this speech? She's like, why did you do it? I loved you. I trusted you. Really, bro? You know, there's something they teach you about firearms. Don't draw one unless you really intend to use it. And Jules didn't intend to use it. I guess she wanted to feel powerful or something, which makes no freaking sense. And of course, Jackie ends up getting away. Now, while she's up here, I'll show you this scene, like, just real quick. Oh my god. I'm laughing because of how painfully stupid it is. Jules goes up into the attic looking for Jackie, because that's where she thinks she is. Quick look around. She's got her look around. She's decided that Jackie's not up there. And to prove it to you, just take a look at this quick clip. She goes up the stairs. Okay, so you've seen that Jules has confirmed, taken a breath of relief, that Jackie's not up there. That means that Jackie's somewhere else in the house. Why the fuck are you still up in the attic, looking around? The fuck is wrong with this person? Like, really, bro? Okay. So, of course, at this point, I'm rooting for Jackie. I'm just like, you know what? This girl deserves to die. Jackie, do your shit, make it quick. Jackie's staying there for a good minute, while this girl is like, you know, I'm gonna stick my head up here and keep it up here, because the writers want me to die for some reason. If you're wondering what the hell is going on, I don't know either. There's something about this movie, okay, I get that they want to be artistic, and granted, the cinematography is beautiful, okay, they did a great job with that, but I just feel like there's so much unnecessary dead air, where you don't see what's happening, and I guess they do it for artistic effect, because in some cases it works, but this entire scene of them fighting, you just hear it, and most of the scene is just, actually all of it, because you don't see what happens, is just a cut and a pan all around the house of things shaking from the result of them fighting and sparring upstairs. Which, I don't know why they chose to do that. I don't know. They do it throughout this movie too. Like, I feel like 20% to 30% of this movie is just panning. Is a camera panning on absolutely nothing. It's a great movie. Like, so much action. This is what's going on. I get that that's probably not what they were going for, but during this, like, the half with her going back, that just lost me. It really lost me, but I had to see it through. Of course, I know who's alive. It's going to be the one who actually has some sense in her brain. It's going to be Jackie. And of course, it's Jackie who comes down the stairs. Once again, Jackie tries to throw her off the frickin' cliff, and she's like, you know, I'm gonna fix what I didn't fix before.
No, please, Jackie!
I do not feel sorry for her. She literally threw her life away. She was asking to get killed. Like, you don't go back to, like, you had freedom. It just made me so mad. But don't worry, the movie ends in a sort of happy way, because Jackie, somebody who is a hunter, who is very intelligent, who knows that this person was in her house, doesn't ever think that Jules would tamper with her insulin shots. Yes, she needs insulin shots. And Jules ends up putting peroxide in there, which causes clots, and Jackie ends up dying anyway. Jules made a little video saying that, hey, gotcha, even though I'm dead, I still got you. Thought you were smart, huh? Freaking idiot movie. This movie's so freaking dumb.
You see, when hydrogen peroxide is injected into the bloodstream, it creates blood clots.
Oh, I'm so smart. This is so great. If this was the case, so we see this girl was willing to kill Jackie. Like, she actually wanted to kill her. She knew that what she did, tampering with it, would certainly kill her. This was before she had her freedom, and this was before she came back to the house with a rifle. So if you were willing to kill her with the insulin shots, why didn't you blast her brains out when you had the chance? Why'd you dick around? That's why you're dead now. Oh, but don't worry, guys, because the end of the movie closes out with us looking at Jules' broken body. This is the second time she's been thrown off this cliff, by the way. And then it closes out with us hearing her take a breath, because I guess that's a happy ending. The cops don't know what's going on. Nobody has been called. This girl is lying here battered and broken. Remember, this is the second time she fell off the cliff. So now she's dying quite slowly and all alone with no phone. The neighbors, the only neighbors that are closest to them are the people across the lake. They're dead now. How is this a happy ending? Like, oh, she won in the end because she's still alive. No, bitch, now she's dying slowly and alone and thinking over her life choices and how she should have just gone in that Jeep and kept driving. It's such a dumb movie. Oh my god. Like, I enjoyed it, the premise, like, when it was starting, and near the half, I'm like, oh, this is gonna get good, I want to see what happens. I even stayed up in the middle of the night when I was sleeping in bed, I'm like, I have to see what happens. And then, I was very disappointed how they ended it. Not even the ending, just how they just left the rest to just simmer and die. It was just so horrible writing. Like, somebody changed writers throughout the 75% of the movie and was like, do whatever, and the person was like, I'm just gonna put some generic thing. Well, how can we make them fight or have some resolve? How can we put the two together again and realize, just have her go back for no obvious reason except that she just wants to go back and feel powerful because some psycho tried to throw her off the cliff, and it makes total sense why you would do that. Like, ugh. Anyways, that was What Keeps You Alive. You can watch it on Netflix. It was an interesting movie as it started off. It's just not my type of movie. For some people, they may be like, whoa, that was really awesome, but I'm not that shallow. For certain things, if it's an obviously shallow movie, yeah, but for this, and I thought it was going to be a deeper thing and an actual serious thing, to me, it was just nonsensical and just ended up hurting my head. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.